And Ministry of Health Principal Secretary Susan Mochache. Thank you for that, Eric and Aggie. I appreciate that. Susan Mochache has been adversely mentioned in the KEMSA scam by the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, the PPRA. Now, Mochache is said to have instructed KEMSA on procurement, names of suppliers to be awarded tenders, and prices of commodities to be delivered by the select companies. Now, the PS had earlier denied involvement in the KEMSA saga, which is at the center of a 7.8 billion shilling fraud. Let's get more from our very own Elphas Lagat.
PPRA is now faulting KEMSA's procurement process and at the same time pointing an accusing finger at the Ministry of Health for overstepping its mandate. At the height of the pandemic, PS Susan Mochache featuring prominently in the revelations of the Procurement Authority before a joint Senate Committee of Health and the ad hoc Committee on COVID-19.
When you come out to this committee and you tell us that you found out that the ministry directed, the PS, you've actually mentioned the PS, directed KEMSA to purchase from certain suppliers, it's a very serious finding which we want to proceed with, so that we know who is actually telling the truth on.
Mochache, while appearing before the National Assembly Health Committee 3 weeks ago, denied interfering with procurement at KEMSA, accusing the Medical Supplies Agency of sidestepping the ministry and going into overdrive in purchases and payouts without prior knowledge of the accounting officer at the ministry.
I've only given them concurrence on the 758 million. And I also raised the concern that has been raised by my colleague, that the communications going to the Treasury must go through the accounting officer of the Ministry of Health, which in this case had been bypassed.
We did not do this to, as it has been put, within a mischief.
While PPRA agrees that Section 69 of the Public Procurement could be rightly invoked as retrospective procurement at a time of a pandemic presented by COVID-19, the authority flagged the nature of the procedures. Today, accusing KEMSA of withholding names of 25 companies which participated in the tender process. KEMSA provided documents relating to 116 companies out of an expected 141. EACC, led by Chairman Eliud Wabukala, during an online session with the Joint Committee, disclosed that it had 52 public officers considered persons of interest in the KEMSA scam. The Commission adding that 80 companies are under their radar in the KEMSA investigations that commenced on the 18th of June this year. EACC is carrying out a phased approach probe and is currently focused on 13 companies that received in excess of 300 million shillings. This at a time the agency at the center of public scrutiny scares at a potential loss of 6.2 billion shillings due to COVID-19 medical supplies that continue to gather dust at their warehouses in Embakasi. Elphas Lagat, Citizen TV, Nairobi.